Good evening. I'm Aninda Misra. I am a specialist in piping design and engineering, and I have with me another specialist who whose main focus is into mental, spiritual, and physical health. So let us get an introduction from Ashish ji.
Thank you very much, Ananda. My name is Ashish Kumar, and as you very graciously introduced me, I have done you can say a kind of a specialization in enhancing people's physical, mental, and spiritual health. A very, I would say, comprehensive topic that impacts everybody in the world today, especially the working professionals. So, given that I've been a working professional for almost 2 decades now, uh, based on my life experiences, what I have done to correct those. Based on the learnings from that and quite a few courses that I have done, few practitioner things, I have formulated this thought process wherein it can take a more holistic care of people's physical, mental, and spiritual health.
That's great. What you touched upon is that holistic view, which is missing in everyone's life today. Everybody is focused on their own specialization. So,
Right.
can you please tell me more about how does one get involved in this, or how will you introduce this three aspects of the mental, physical, and the spiritual well-being to a person who is not aware of this?
So, see, primarily, ultimately, your entire existence can be explained. One is physical, the other is your physical or mental status. There's
Hmm.
something beyond your physical body and your mental status, which people call spiritual. Some people may or may not have faith in that or may not believe that anything is spiritual exists. But for the
Hmm.
purposes of the discussion, we'll assume that we are having the viewers or the learners or the listeners who actually would be agreeable to that proposition of a spiritual being. So these three aspects among themselves are something that cover your entire existence. And that is why when these three things are in balance, your entire life floats into balance.
Yeah, very true. I also totally agree with you. These three, the union of these three makes balanced and a better life, other than just being self-focused on doing your own work or your profession. So, please tell me, Ashish, what was the reason why you went into this specific fields? Why there were so many other things? So, why, why, or what is the reason for you to go into this?
Yeah, so no, having worked as a professional for 2 decades, I got into a lot of challenges. You can call them physical challenges, you can call them mental challenges based on the stress that we experience as a student, as a work professional life. So based on that, sooner or later, as you cross a certain age, typically people say the tipping point is 30 years of age. So once you cross that age, you start developing one issue or the other, and that's what you would see in the majority of the people. Either like a typical worker would have a back pain. If it is a field worker, he would have a different kind of, let's say, a knee pain or a heel pain or something like that. So some physical ailments would start creeping in, and at the same time, because of the stress and the pulls and the office politics and so many issues, people
Mhm.
also have issues in their mental health. So these two areas are definitely impacted as time passes. The dirt
Mhm.
of the world leaves its impression on you. Third part is a spiritual part, which is almost always neglected in the modern society because neither our
True.
school nor college nor personal life, nothing takes the spiritual part. That's always a vacuum, and that's probably the most important aspects of our existence, but that's the most ignored one as well. So that's why I feel anybody who is above a certain age and who started experiencing issues in any of these three dimensions is definitely going to benefit from what I have to offer.
Correct. So, Ashish touched upon a very crucial part. Anyone after the age of 40 starts experiencing difficulties in all these three aspects, which is very true. I'm also nearing 44, and I fully resonate with what he is saying. So, what is the most favorite part of this specific things which you are mentioning, and what is the least favorite part? What is your personal
So
best and worst thing?
yeah, so these three aspects are something that I feel combined can have a positive effect on a person. So choosing the most favorite or the least favorite is like choosing which is better, my right eye or my left eye. So in my eyes are important. Similarly, all these three aspects have to be balanced for a balanced existence. Otherwise, if you are like physically strong, you are like a bodybuilder, but you may be completely messed up in your mind. You may be depressed. So many film stars who are like very healthy, six pack abs. They
Mm.
ends because that happens. So unless we take care of all aspects, there's no balance in life, and there's no guarantee that you will have a happy or successful life.
Right, right. So what CJ is also main important takeaway was the chatter in the mind is the one uh, which needs to be reduced. Yes, that's very true. So please tell me, Ashish, how you are structuring this program so that in the viewers, when people see, so that they get a glimpse of what you are to present to them.
Yeah. So the program is structured in to take care of these three aspects. One is the physical part. In the physical part, the important thing is that some people focus on yoga. So the yoga can do wonders about your flexibility, your general, you can say the health of your joints, the health of your muscles, the elasticity of your muscles, the elasticity of the back. So those things can be taken care of very well by yoga. But just doing yoga cannot create the cardiovascular fitness that you would require to have a very very healthy heart. Or just doing yoga will not give you that level of muscle strength that you might require if you want to do some heavy labor. So what I propose in my program is that we have a blend of yoga and endurance, and you can say muscle building. And when I say muscle building, it's not the typical gym no weightlifting muscle building. It's your own body that you are using. So you are using your own body, and doing the exercises so that you develop strength in your arms, your abs, your body, your back, your legs. And at the same time, you take care of your cardiovascular health. So your heart is exercised, your heart rate is increased as and when required, and you have the right, you can say parameters in your cardiovascular health. And the third
Mm.
aspect is the flexibility of your joints and your muscles, which is the yoga part. So as a combination of these three, yoga, endurance, and cardiovascular, this is what I would say is forms in totality the physical aspect, the physical well-being of my program. And then we come to the mental well-being, which is to understand what are the pulls and pushes in your corporate life. So what are you facing? Do you have any corporate life challenges? Are you seeing enough growth that you should be seeing based on where you are in your career at that point of time? Do you have
Mm.
grooming challenges? You have any leadership issues, skill issues. So though that part we can address using the mental well-being portion of my curriculum. The third aspect and most important aspect is the spiritual well-being, which is in 99% of the people most ignored one. So we will that aspect I wouldn't cover on in this discussion because that requires a whole new discussion in itself. But that is something that we can cover in a lot of detail in the program, and that can lead to major enhancement in the other two aspects, the physical and the mental well-being as well.
Right, Ashish. Any idea how many hours is this course you have structured? Or
So, yeah, so this is more about what is the need there. Okay, so there could be situations where the person may just need a little bit of top up, like your mobile already has enough talk time, you just need a little bit of top up. So no, then in that case, the course can be very very quick. It can be let's say maybe 2 weeks
it
course.
is customized? Okay.
You'll finish in 2 weeks. But if there's a lot of issues in terms of issues in let's say back pain coupled with a lot of stress and no knowledge about how to do meditation or how to do visualization, things like that, then obviously you need a longer curriculum because you have to learn all these skills. Ultimately these are skills. So a longer term program is required. So it is all tailored to the individual's need. It's not a one size fits all solution, and that is why it is very effective.
So right, as you said, it is customized. Okay, Ashish, that is a nice response. And now, please tell me, who is this field not for?
Yeah, so I would say this is not for somebody who doesn't have to learn anything in life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So unless there is a recognition that the
Mm-hmm.
person wants to learn something new, this course would not be for them. If they think they already know everything, they are really fit, they are very, very mentally healthy, and they know everything about spirituality, and they are very successful in life, they have no issues, everything is well balanced, you don't need this.
Correct, right, very true. nice reply to that. And we'll come to the last question so that our viewers also understand what are the common myths and assumptions which people associate with, and how you would like to do away with these myths and assumptions or the ignorance. How you
Yeah.
plan to attack and kill that? Yes.
Yeah, oh, very, very good question. There are a number of myths actually. For example, for physical health, people think if I just go to a gym, I'll be very healthy. And I can tell you that much, going to the gym does not guarantee health. It may guarantee six-pack abs. It may guarantee big biceps. It does not guarantee you health. I know a number of people who have had terrible issues, including heart attacks, and they were regular gym goers. So going to the gym can help in improving health, but it does not guarantee you in the best possible you can say the healthy state that you can be in. There are much more dimensions available to that. So that is one myth, that just going to the gym is not enough. As far as mental health is concerned, in India we especially ignore that part a lot. We feel that Indians don't need anything about mental health. We are very resilient. So there's this myth about resilience in India. We feel people in other countries have these issues, Indians do not, which is very, very untrue. I have had family members, I have had colleagues, my devotees who have had issues, who have had to go for, you can say, professional help to manage that. And if they get to in time, they wouldn't reach a state where they have to go for a professional help. They would be able to manage that upfront and take control of their life. So these two, I would say, myths as far as physical and mental well-being are concerned are very, very prevalent in our society. The third one, I would say, instead of a myth, it is more like a gap in our knowledge, which is nobody knows about spiritual health.
Captain.
If I just do meditation, then I'm done. Meditation is an act, it is not spirituality. And everybody does different things in meditation. Nobody knows actually what is meditation. So that is one of the big gaps in our knowledge, which I'm trying to address through my program.
Right. That's a very nice takeaway for all the viewers. So I think we'll end this here. But before ending, I would request whoever is reviewing this and viewing it and is interested, please get in touch with Ashish ji. He is available at the Instagram ID which is mentioned. And hopefully we all benefit with Ashish ji's approach and his specifics which he has mentioned. Okay, Ashish ji, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was very
Thank you.
nice.